This is Exit Glacier in Kenai Fjords National Park. This is where the glacier stands in 2024. But records show us that 200 years ago, it came all the way out to here. That's global climate change. 1815, that's where Exit Glacier came out to a little over 200 years ago. Now this area is a forest, and the toe of the glacier is still a few miles away from us. 1894, 130 years ago, this is where the toe of the glacier came out to, and we're still pretty far away from it. 1899, now 125 years ago, and we're still a few miles from the foot of the glacier today. This was the foot of the glacier just over 100 years ago. Now we're a mile back from the glacier, and this is a walk in the park. 1926, so just inside 100 years ago. This is where Exit Glacier came. 1951, so within the lifetime of some people who could be watching this video. Some people watching this video could have come here when they were a lot younger and touched the glacier here. It is pretty far away from us right now still. This shelter, where a ranger guide is giving a talk right now, is where the foot of Exit Glacier reached in about 1980. So even in my own lifetime, if I'd been able to come here as a child, I could have stood right here and seen a wall of ice in front of me, instead of this cottonwood forest we have today, 40 some odd years later. Yeah, again, just a few decades ago, the trail we're walking would have been buried under tens of feet of ice. Not that long ago, the place where I'm standing right now would have been buried in ice. As you can see, it's still a ways to go before we hit the foot of today's glacier. All right, 2005, just 19 years ago, the foot of the glacier came down to here. Here's what's left of it in 2024. By the way, distances can be deceiving. The top of that glacier is 3,000 feet above us. 2010, just 14 years ago, the glacier came down to here. Now it's way back up there in that narrow canyon. Yeah, the sign makes sense, 2014, because the colorful picture posters down at the visitor center show that the end of this trail has you looking down on the glacier in the canyon. Well, there's not a glacier in this part of the canyon anymore. It's way up above us. This sign tells the story of the retreat of Exit Glacier. You can see how there are lines here indicating the glacier's footprint year by year by year. What's interesting is even the 2007 glacier depicted here extends way farther down the mountain than we saw today in 2024. I would say today in 2024, the foot of the glacier is not even on this map.